Dear friends, hello everyone. I'm with you again, TheDeinekoArtem Sankil Mastaya 48, and in today's video we will have a review of the latest Minecraft Snapshot 25w43a. Purely technically, nothing new was added. Bugs were fixed again. Some item mechanics were also improved. World borderers have recorded a lot of interesting things. Well friends, before starting this video, as always according to tradition, I saved you by liking, subscribing to the channel and clicking on the bell if you haven't done so. Well friends, let's move on to our snapshot review. So, dear friends, let's move on to the full review. Snapshot. As I already told you, the snapshot is purely technical. Here we have purely changed some bugs, added some features, and so on. Fixed world border. But now we will dwell on all these changes in detail. The very first thing is added damage. Spears in Minecraft, which is exactly what our spears are loaded with. Let me remind you that we have 7 types in total. This is a wooden spear, stone, copper, iron, gold, diamond, and netherite. And let us now check each spear how much damage it will cause precisely if it is charged from a distance of 10 blocks. We have 10 blocks here. I will stand here. Here, I will stand. And now he will attack me. Well, of course now we will just check which spear deals how much damage, because in previous snapshots the damage was completely different. Not the same as now. Well, first of all, let me heal myself a little now. And well, in principle you can attack me. Attack me with a wooden one. Then the ankle gave me about 2 to 1.5 hearts. I definitely didn't notice, but I think you noticed how much he took away from me. Now he's taking stone ones from us. Attacks me. But now he clearly took 2.5 hearts out of me. I still eat a little more of the apple. Although, well, it's such an apple. Let's take it from potatoes and let's move on. Steaks are also good. Steaks are also good. Well, lokwagi are actually better. So well, let's go a little further. Just like that. Great. That's it. Let's attack me now with the next spear. But here too, you see, he took 2.5 hearts from me. It was, if I'm not mistaken, copper. Yes, it was copper. Now we have an iron spear. Now I'm eating aloha kaha. Just a second. That's it. And you can attack me. So, here he has already knocked off 3 hearts for me. It was precisely this iron spear. What remains is gold, diamond, and nazarite. Well, I'll eat steak. Heal it a little because somehow it takes a long time to heal. That's it. Attack me. I have exactly all the hearts. Now he only demolished me. 2 hearts. It was exactly gold. So, now we have a diamond spear. Well, pretty good. Have exactly all the hearts. The diamond spear takes down 3 hearts. And finally, we have the nazarite spear. Come on, you can attack me. Nazarita is the coolest. Takes down 3.5 hearts. Well, that is. Damage has been improved a little. Before it was 50% less. If I'm not mistaken, well, somewhere around 50 to 60%. Somewhere like that, give or take. The second thing we changed was the texture of the spear. Now if you look to the right, you will see that the spear has become much larger, and here it is. And at tops, here we have a little bit of a small space, so to speak. That is, a small space from our top of Minecraft to the spear. But the strangest thing is that the Mojangs have not yet recorded the texture of this spear. You see, here we have these small, simply invisible textures, which for some reason have not yet been detected by Mojang. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that there are already resource packs that people themselves have begun to create in order to simply fix these invisible textures on the spear. That is, I don't know why they haven't fixed the Mojangs yet. 3 snapshots have already passed, but unfortunately, for some reason we still have such a buggy texture. Perhaps they don't notice this texture. Perhaps there is some other reason, but somehow, it still looks so strange. Next, we changed the animation when we go on the attack with a charged spear and attack some mob or some entity there, a player, and so on. For example, I have a Zerite spear. I just activate this spear and just attack now. This iron golem. You see there's a small animation, as if our spear is going to hit this mob, and then we have it like this. Returns to its original position. It looks something like this. That is, look carefully now at the spear on the right. And now, it turns out, I'm attacking. But now I'm just a little tired, so let's restore his hand. Everything is fine, and just like that, we just attack, you see. That is, we kind of hit this spear and go back to our usual position. So come on, Santal. I'll try to stand here now, and I'll show you how. For example, it works on a player. Here we have a player. I'm running right now, but it's not activated for us because my arm is a little tired, so now I'm running perfectly. And just like that, you see it a little forward, and it goes backwards. If we enchant our spear to enchant lunge, here we take the spear, it turns out, an enchantment book. here is a 3rd level lunge. I remind you that we have the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd levels. And for example, let's enchant this spear in this way. Everything is great. And for example, if we move quickly, well, that is, if we run, then now we won't have a spear on this. That is, we will waste strength. We will waste food. Let me show you this now. That is, here I just click on the left mouse button and start moving quickly like this. You see, I have now lost 3 units of food, and this is quite strange. It's very strange that now we don't waste strength. Why is it strange? Because, for example, if we use a trident, then we spend 1 unit of strength. If we use some other items, then naturally, 1 unit of strength is also wasted. Here, our strength is not wasted, but food is wasted. And, well, that's how it really is. Well, like, we can use a spear 3 times. That's it. Now I'm completely hungry, and I have to recover again. I think this is quite strange. It would be nice if, for example, 1 charge took 3 units of strength, right? That would be good, for example. And not like before, 100 units of strength was also tough. Well, the fact that now we have like 3 units of hunger, that's also somehow not much, in my opinion. Agree? I think I agrees with us. Now our Nautilus cannot get into the boat. Previously, we could calmly place Utilus in the boat. He could travel there with you, back and forth, 5th to 10th. Just being with you. Unfortunately, this cannot be done now. Let's switch to creative mode, for example. Let's take Utilus. Oh, here we have a boat. Let's put a boat here, for example. There's no way our Nautilus can get into this boat. I also want to check the armadillo. Can we armadillo land a boat? It seems like maybe yes. You see armadillo, we can land a boat. They want something a little bit similar to them. That is to them. It's the texture. I mean that it has a shell. Nautilus also has a shell. But for some reason we can't visit Nautilus on the boat. This is probably due to the fact that it is too large and it extends beyond the texture itself. Honestly, I didn't try to put him in the boat in the previous snapshot, but now we can't do that. Yes, I think we can't put the little one in the boat either. Well, for example, we have a small Nautilus here. I don't think it's possible to put a small Nautilus in a boat either. We'll check this now. Well, yes, he doesn't want to sit down. This feature was fixed. I don't know why, but if you play on the previous snapshot at 41a or 42a, then you can safely check. We also fixed the world border. That is, here is the border of the world. Previously, if we, for example, used the boundary of the world, which increases or decreases over time, then we, like when we freeze time. That is, we prescribe Tikfofritza, then our world border increased further. Now we can easily freeze time, and our world border stands still. As soon as we register tick unfreeze, that is, we unfreeze our time in Minecraft, this world border continues to increase. I think this is cool because, well, before there was some strange bug. Like, why do we go further than the world border? It increases or decreases there, although we have tick freeze. This is weird, but they fixed it, and that's good. And now we have this particular world border increasing tick by tick, not by seconds as before, but by ticks. Yes, here you go. And finally, we also have new sounds, new improved sounds. I draw your attention when we, for example, put a saddle on a Nautilus and let us listen to them. Now I'll put on the sounds. Louder, for example, by 19%, I activate this lever and it turns out I activate these sounds, and you can hear them now. Well, let me just copy this command. Move a little further away here so that the Cheshwinians don't interfere with us and so on. Here you go. That's the sound. That is, now, when you put the saddle on the Nautilus, there will be exactly this new sound. But if you constantly hear it, then, of course, you will get tired of it, and it will no longer be funny. Well, basically, these are all the changes and all the bugs that were in this snapshot. Friends, the snapshot turned out to be small, but here are some bugs, for example. With World Border, they were useful to me, and the fact that they increased the damage with the charged spear, I think it's cool. So, dear friends, this is how the snapshot turned out. I was with you, TheDeinekoArtem, Sankel X, Masai 48. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye-bye to everyone, friends.